If you want to grow the most, you will learn the skill of cold approach and you will make it part of your life. Now, the reason this video is going to be centered around making it part of your life is because I started out doing it and I was terrified, right? You might start out with pickup, you might start out with just social freedom. Nowadays, I do it with joy because I've made it part of my life. I've built it into my pretty much daily routine. Every time I go out for a walk, I do an approach. And this is the thing, so you can approach cold approach from a higher level of consciousness. When you go up to someone, you don't need to be getting something out of them. Instead, you can be using that activity to get out of your own way, to get out of your own head. Anytime you go and approach someone, you sort of face your own anxiety, right? It's really good for that. And what I'm suggesting you do is build it into your life so that you can approach someone every single day and notice who you turn into. A couple of days ago, I approached a woman, just a woman walking by. She was actually quite a bit older than me. But I said, "Hey, are you open to a compliment?" She said, "Sure." I said, "You look lovely." And she was like all flustered and she, made her day. And I carried on. And you know what, man? As I walked down the street, I felt like the fucking man. I felt on top of the world. Because I just faced any anxiety, any kind of lingering, subtle anxiety that I was experiencing. And it's interesting, go to the source. Go to the source. If you feel anxious, what are you anxious about? We project things onto other people like they have the kind of frame or authority. It doesn't exist, man. Go to the source of the fear. Speak to it. Listen, look it in the eye and say, "Hey, I love you." You don't have to say that to people, man, but that's the sentiment behind it. This is why when I do approaches, man, a lot of the time I like to compliment people. And it's easy when it's genuine. Find something in someone you like and say, "Hey, I hope you don't mind, I just got to let you know about this." And you can get people's permission, you can just do it. You'll make mistakes, you'll try it out. You'll learn as you do this. Some people will think you're a weird cunt. They'll think you're a crazy cunt. Who are you? Why are you talking to me? You got to let those people go. Sometimes, man, people are just not in the mood to be approached. That's all good. But using your ability to observe people and using your awareness, you can kind of sense this person's open to an approach right now. And really, man, you can just make your goal. Can I brighten this person's day? And as I'm doing that, can I be true to myself? And can I face any anxiety I'm feeling? Now, who would you be if you did this every day? Because we all know if we do it every now and then, it's kind of hard. We have approach anxiety. We don't have any momentum. It's hard because we're not doing it too often. But if we do it every day like we do maybe training in the gym or meditating or journaling, this is part of our lives. The key is don't make it a thing. If you make it a thing, you're going to overthink it, your energy is going to be off. You've got to approach organically. You've got to do it from a place of selflessness and a place of no mind, a place of presence. You just kind of do it. You just kind of go for it. If you do this every day, you strengthen this part of yourself. You get to be more spontaneous. You get to actually increase your presence because you're spending more time in the present moment. By doing this, you are committing to the present moment for at least about 20, 30 seconds. And afterwards, you know what's nice? You are less in your head after an approach. You actually feel better. If you walk past another person, the energy that you have as you walk past them, you'll be brighter, happier, more conscious. You might even say hi to them. In fact, you can warm up by just saying hi to people. I do this every time I go out. I say hello to people. I like to do that. I feel connected to the world when I do that. Another tip for you, man. Don't put a limit on who you can approach. My suggestion is approach everyone. Because when you just try and approach hot girls or hot guys or whoever you're into, it's a selfish endeavor. It's now more of a thing. You're trying to get something. You want your energy to be pure. You want to come from a good place. You want to come from selflessness. You want to show up to that approach whole and complete. People will feel you and feel your energy when you rock up and you're like, I want something from you. You'll sub-communicate that. But when you approach with a sort of love and a sort of presence and a consciousness, like, hey, how's it going? Can I share this with you? Or, hey, I hope you have a great day. You'll be better received. Energetically, and on every other level. Because people can sense, people are intelligent, man. People can sense you're coming from a good place. And if you can come from a true place, once a day, every single day, what's interesting is you actually transform who you are. So in doing this, in approaching people regularly, you show to yourself that you can be your highest self. You can show up in the world and you can actually channel the goodness, the consciousness, the presence. You can channel this. And the lovely thing about this, man, is it's challenging. And because it's challenging, it pushes you and it grows you. So even if you're not interested in the kind of presence or the spiritual aspect to it, it's just going to grow you as a person. You're going to develop character. When I started to do this, man, initially it was actually through pickup. But in the process of doing it, I developed character. There was times, man, and this sounds weird, but there were times when I was approaching a girl and I spoke to her for a few seconds, but I could sense, you have no character. I don't want to speak to you. I want to speak to someone with a high quality personality. So I walked away. You will build character by doing hard shit. And this is one of those hard things. And interestingly, no one else around you is going to do this one. This is especially rare because it's socially uncomfortable. People will do personal development, but they won't do something that threatens their social survival. They won't do something that makes them stand out, especially not in public. Be the exception and approach people with love. Not needing anything, just spreading love. Just being present. Just getting out of your own way. Just saying hi. Final thing I'll say is this. This is some real ass work. This is where the rubber hits the road. This is you applying your personal development. Some people love to be armchair personal development people. They like to do the work, read books, journal, but never really apply it. Never really be in the world, never share their gifts, never share their development. My suggestion is embody this stuff in the world. Be it. And one way you can do that, man, is by cold approaching people with love. So that's going to be it for me, man. Good luck. I know it can be hard to begin with, but you push through it, you can. That's going to be it for me. Take care, and as always, peace.